Every quarter we initiate or we engage in a community campaign where we work with the community on different issues or different challenges that face underrepresented communities. And for this quarter, we were successful in receiving funding from the Ministry of Child Youth Services, specifically their Ontario Black Youth Action Plan, to deliver a violence prevention campaign. So what we did was integrated or leveraged social media and technology to deliver a a violence prevention message in terms of not the typical or what was usually associated with the Black community when it comes to violence, when it comes to gangs and drugs. They're really focusing on the human aspect and things that everyone can relate to. So we took the experiences of the Black community and Black youth specifically and used social media or videos to amplify their voice and share their stories and experiences. So we have 5 youth from the 4 catchment cities, Toronto, Windsor, Hamilton, and Ottawa. And the stories range from a young man whose father was incarcerated, so how he was affected by violence, and his mother speaking about her experience as a female, as a younger female, and growing into a woman, and how that changed and shaped not just her life, but her entire family's life. We have Segan, who's out of Toronto as well, so they're Toronto as well as Segan, who was a young man who, kind of fell down the wrong path and was incarcerated for manslaughter, but he was able to speak about specifically how he was able to take his experience and turn around, become an entrepreneur, and really learn from his experience, but also leverage data, which is huge in technology, to create some of those experiences and build his entrepreneurship skills. There is Mahari here from Windsor, who was able to speak to the whole immigration and refugee experience coming from a war-torn country and then coming to Canada thinking things would be so much better, and him and his family were living in a lower income housing area where they were firsthand experienced like substance abuse. They firsthand experienced or saw spousal abuse, domestic abuse, things that they weren't used to from a cultural standpoint, and then just add to that the whole immigration settlement experience. So he's able to see that, and again, being Black, him seeing the way that the Black community in his area or in the Windsor area existed. So in terms of some of the violence, in terms of some of the ways that young Black men were raised. So he's another example of how he was able to leverage entrepreneurship and work directly back with his community in terms of creating opportunities for the youth, facilitating scholarships and education for other people within his community, which is fantastic. We're really excited about that.